What's going on, everyone? My name's Lukey, face of the club, voice of the club.
Not really the
All
face
that
of the
good
club
stuff.
anymore, is it?
Welcome back to another episode of the How's Your Touch podcast, and I'm here with Terv yet again.
Hey, mate, what's happening?
Not much, man. There's a lot going on in the world, but not a lot happening with us, eh?
Hey. I don't know if that's true, but
Pretty
there
standard.
is a lot going on in the world. So,
Yeah.
well, let's address that. Normally we start off with how our week's been. My week, I think for the first time since I have been like maybe 4 or 5 years old, I have not had soccer at all this week.
Yeah, it's been pretty nuts. I mean, to be fair, you've done the Hillsville
Oh,
training.
Oh, yeah, I take
training
that
thing,
back.
so
I
you're
take
already
that back. I take that back.
lying to our viewers.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But
Well, that kind of slipped my mind because it wasn't planned. It was more impromptu rocking up.
yeah, true.
But yeah, so it's been a tough
Oh man, it's
tough
been
couple of weeks.
yeah, it's been nuts with the old COVID-19.
Covid.
COVID-19.
Covoid.
I think COVID.
You've been voided by the co.
Yeah, bro, it sounds better, man. What do you reckon?
Covoid.
Yeah, obviously it's a massive issue at the moment going around the world, and it's affected us directly.
Yep.
For futsal, soccer, football,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
So, for those of you guys who don't know, so Futsal Oz has officially suspended all centres and competitions, and that was as of Wednesday the 18th of March. Today is currently Friday the 20th, and we're recording the pod. And I think pretty much every other sport that I'm aware of has or will soon suspend activities. So
Yeah.
just based off some of the kids that we know, obviously there's no netball, there's no swimming, there's no outdoor soccer, there's no
There
footy,
is
there's no cricket.
nothing.
Yeah, so
At the
you know,
moment.
it kind of needed to happen. I understand the reasons for doing it, and I'm sure probably one of the hardest things parents have had to do is explain to their kids why
Why they can't.
they can't do the things that they want to do. And
That's
you
it.
know, I know not many kids kind of say they want to go to school, but you know, wanting to go and see your mates and hanging out after school and doing sports and whatever, all that stuff's kind of cancelled. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that's one of the hardest things to have to explain to them. But you know, it did need to happen, and I think the sooner the better, really, because there's no other way around it.
No.
There's no other way around it to try and protect everyone from COVID.
Yeah, from spreading it more, but yeah, like obviously it sucks for us not being able to coach, not being able to play, because obviously it's a massive part in both of our lives. But can't stop the podcast.
Can't stop the pod.
Cannot stop the podcast.
Nathan Tilly, you cannot stop the pod.
That's
I
it.
tell you what, mate.
That's it.
We're grabbing our slab of beers this weekend, and we're gonna have a bit of fun.
We're practicing our social distancing. Me and Seb will have a good 1.5 meters between us right now.
Yep, 4 meters, 4 square meters apparently,
We
according
are-
to office policy.
We were even smart enough to purchase a second mic,
So now we don't have to share.
so now we don't have to share.
Yeah,
you
so
know, 'cause I
Luke,
don't
Luke
want-
was tired of me
I don't
spitting
want,
on him.
Yeah, I don't want your germs. I'm sure you don't want my germs. Yeah, but it's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy. But you know what? There's positives. There's always positives
100%.
in all the bad stuff. So one of them this week, kind of for me, is I've got a new job.
You do have a new job.
Yeah, located roughly a minute from where we live,
How
and
lucky.
I still drive.
Yeah,
I still drive. 'Cause
too many people walking. Too many people walking around outside.
yeah, man, I stick in my car and there's no germs in there that I don't
That's
know
it.
of, and we're good to go.
That's it.
But yeah, so it started a new job. It came at a good time, I think.
Yeah,
And that's courtesy of Mr. Mourinho.
Mr. Mourinho himself.
Mr. Mourinho, the hookup.
It's good, man. No, it's good.
Yeah, it is. It's been fun, and I think I've almost seen you less this week.
Yeah,
than
because
I ever have before.
yeah, because like I leave for work a little bit before you leave for
Yeah,
work.
About 20 minutes before me.
Yeah, and then you get home late, and then you've been out socializing this week.
Socialising.
Yeah, with all the
I've been running the black market of futsal. Thank you very much.
all the Marinos socializing.
Listen, the other good thing that we've got to talk about is the futsal will continue in some form. I know
100%.
It definitely not. Let me just say right out, it's not going to be in any way, shape, or form the same as it was before.
No.
Right, so we're not going to have weekly games or trainings or whatever.
No.
But Luke and I, along with Mr. and Mrs. Mourinho, we're going to try and work out some way to still do sporting activities with parents, with kids, with whatever, with whoever wants to get involved.
Keep them active.
We haven't quite figured that out yet. We know one thing, and I think we may as well talk about it. We're going to start doing a little bit of an online presence. So we're going to put out a video a day.
Yep.
And the video is going to be a little bit about a bit of training, bit of fun and games. You know, it's something that you can do at home. And if you get the chance to go out for a walk, or you know, you happen to see one of your mates, or you know, if you have a sibling, whatever, you can do it with them. So
yeah, that's it.
we'll make sure that we stay active and make sure everyone tries to stay as active as possible
Yeah.
during this time. And then alongside that, we'll show a bit of the good stuff. There's not always bad things about having 2 weeks off with your mates, especially when
Definitely not.
when we've got all the computers out in front of us and
We've,
they're just waiting to be utilised.
We've got some fun things planned for you guys to tune into. Could even be a bit more regular pod over the next couple of days, couple of weeks, however long this sort of wants to stretch out for. Just, so you guys can, because you're not getting your physical dose of Coach Lukey and Terv, as I said now.
We'll get your online dose.
Yeah, get your online dose, especially you, Nath. Give you a bunch of episodes to smash out.
Baby, and if it's not the pod, we'll find something else to
100%
to fill. Well, maybe we'll do some Facebook Live videos. That's the sound of my sweet Coke. Friday night, and I thought, what better way to spend the Friday night or the early part of Friday night than having a Coke?
With a Coke,
doing the pod.
That's it. That's it.
I've got some chicken nuggies in front of me.
Yeah, loads of chicken nuggets.
Loads of chicken nuggies, but
just make sure you lean back when you start eating them.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear you
I was just about
munching
to say,
on nugs, bro.
I don't think I'm gonna eat the nugs while we talk. But
all right, that's enough rambling. Let's get a bit of normality back in the podcast. We'll run through last week's Friday scores.
Last games.
Round 21.
The last round before
historical
finals.
Historical for two reasons.
All the wrong reasons.
Yeah. One, because obviously, I think this is the first time that, as a club, you and I have had more than 50% of our teams in a Gold Cup coming to the finals.
My bro.
Nice little fist bump.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta grab the hand sanitizer now.
Yep.
But and historical for the second reason that, because we had 50% of our teams, futsal is closed down. They're shut. Now we are... I don't know what's actually going to happen. If they're going to just extend it and we play finals if they reopen, whatever happens, or...
Now, look, I think personally, we have no control over what happens, but I think finals needs to be played. The problem is if you extend it, you don't know how long the next season's going to be.
Exactly.
So, and there's different scenarios. Like, let's say, everything goes well and kind of end of April, we're back in doing sports.
Yep.
I think that's pretty unlikely. But let's say it happens, then you've had a season from October till end of April, and you've got 2 weeks of finals that will take you through to May.
Yeah.
And then
what
the next term will be...
Do you run a 5-week season?
Exactly, like seven weeks.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be even enough time to play everyone in the league.
No.
So it'd have to change, and that's a question to be answered further down the line. But I think finals needs to go ahead,
100%.
even if it's the first game that we've played in a month or so. It still needs to happen.
I think also that'll affect a lot of teams in who wants to show up when it comes back.
Yeah, of course.
Depending on if people lose interest and whatnot.
I don't think it'll be a lose interest thing. I think it'll be more, although futsal might be open, is it too early for everyone to come back? Is it, do they need a couple
for sure
off or whatever?
For sure. But well, we'll touch on last week's Friday night scores, then the final week, and
when we say last week, we mean the last week.
Yeah. the week before the incident. Is what we'll call it.
The incident.
Futsal's closing their doors. We'll call it the incident.
Like D-Day, but it's C-Day.
Yeah. Now I've been watching a lot of The Walking Dead with Rose. We started watching it again, and it's just it's so good. Have you not seen it before?
I watched season 1. I stopped. I lost interest.
Yeah, season 1's kind of boring. It's only 6 episodes, but then we're because I've seen it all up until I think I stopped watching season 8 maybe.
My bro.
That's when I stopped, and that was a year and a bit ago, and we just started rewatching it because Rose has just been home. Yeah, and it's so good. It's kind of funny watching a apocalypse sort of TV show when everything in the world's happening at the moment. It's just
Well, I walked into work a couple of days ago. It was on actually yesterday. It was a Thursday.
Yeah. And
I was the first one in, and I was like, this is weird. Normally there's 20, 30 people in the office or something. And I was like, I didn't know where the lights were, and I had to I figured out where the light switch was. I had to walk across the room, and I kid you not, I'm looking left and right, and I'm ready. I'm listening for the purge noise. I'm listening for the siren, and as soon as that siren goes, I know it's I gotta get to the center, play some Hunger Games style, get me my bow and arrow, and everyone else is about to die.
It's a pen and some staples, bro.
Oh man, pen and staples. Well, I'm just waiting for something to float down out of the sky.
Yeah, that's it.
Boosting Corona.
Yeah, right. All right. I think we've sidetracked ourselves twice now.
This will probably keep happening.
Honestly. But, all right, let's get into it. We'll have the scores from round 21.
So we'll just talk about the scores, and then at the end we'll touch on the league tables and who's playing gold, who's playing silver, who's playing bronze, who's playing
Bronze. Is there bronze cups now?
There's bronze now. There's bronze and there's international championships.
International World Cup of futsal, bro. All right. So we had the under-8s Blues. Because it's round 21, actually, it was all the derbies again.
Oh, yeah. We played ourselves.
We did. So
a few weeks ago, episode 3 was when we had Tim Annette on the pod.
Yeah.
Little Timmy. And his favourite phrase, which I think I want to coin, is, "Geez Louise." And that's what he said every time that we said we played
had
ourselves.
another derby. Yeah, right. I think we... So, does that make this episode...
10. No.
Nah.
8, sorry.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had him on episode...
3, 2, 3, I think. Yeah.
One of them. It's either 8 or 9. I can't remember. It seems like a lot already. So your team ended up coming away with a 3-0 win over my team. The Devils took out the Spiders. It was a good game though. We had Harley and Arabella filling in, helping out. I'm just looking at the spike from when you cheer. That's nuts. Yeah, we had Harley and Arabella fill in. Bella played for me. Harley played for you. And yeah, you can show Harley is very goal driven when he's playing that little league, especially. He loves to show everyone how good he is.
I'm nodding here. I'm nodding. No one can see, but I'm nodding.
And score some goals. But I mean, yeah, credit to him. I think he scored all 3 of them potentially.
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe Lila got 1. I can't remember. You should check the scores. It should say. That's screenshots.
Oh, come on. But yeah,
That's
yeah.
Right. But yeah, 3-0. 3-0 to you. That's a good win.
It was a fun game, most importantly. And everyone, it was, despite the score, it was actually pretty even.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way.
Oh, yeah, really, it was.
Bella had a few chances. I think Emilio made some cracking saves. I tell you what.
Hey, he in goals is killing it, man. I think we found his position.
This is the place that I want you to play, Emilio, if you're listening. I would love to see you keep playing futsal, keep standing goal.
Don the gloves.
Don the gloves.
Full time.
That are like maybe 3 times bigger than your hands.
Yeah, mate. Like I said to his mum, I said he's wearing oven mitts when he's trying to keep, and she's had a laugh.
My bro's baking cookies in the goal, man. Come on.
Bro. It's funny as.
But yeah, he had a cracking game and kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, he did. 3-0.
It wasn't too bad. I think the highlight of my of my game, typical of me really, was when Haas was tackling Bella, and Haas made a rather poor challenge, and Bella got sent flying, and she like did half a front flip, and I was like, Haas, sub.
Yeah, get off. Before Bella stands up and belts you one.
Yeah, because maybe this is what we can do to entertain ourselves. Who would win in a fight?
What are we just going to start running fights between our kids, bro?
Not real fights, but just
Nate,
in theory.
Nate, I got money on Bella, bro.
I'm just saying, Nate.
Just saying, yeah. I got your girls back, man.
I'll find a challenger. I'll find her a challenger. Don't worry.
Poppy.
Oh, popsicle.
Battle to the death,
Inter-Tilly battle, bro.
The Inter-Tilly. I love it.
I don't know who'd win that.
I don't know, man.
Poppy's brave.
Yeah, Pops is nuts.
Sidetracked again.
Yeah,
Carry on.
All right, we'll move on to the under-10s Blues. And again, we had another derby. We had the Melbourne City Cubs, which is Terv's team, against the Melbourne City Heroes, which is Paul's team. Paul was back.
Paul was back.
After a long
Corona-free.
After a long hiatus.
Sorry, COVID-free.
Corona, whatever. We'll call it whatever we want, man.
Nah.
Yeah, COVID. I like
COVID.
it.
It's good.
I like it.
We're inventing things over here.
And I think you came away with that as a 6-4.
6-4. I wish I could remember this game, but all I remember was the ending.
Yeah.
So obviously everyone was, skeptical about shaking hands or high-fiving or whatever. So
right.
I kind of just on a whim suggested everyone just line up, and they were like, "What?" And, kids lined up facing each other. So there's
metre and a half apart.
Yeah, metre and a half apart. Good. I think it was actually 2 or 3 meters apart.
Yeah, good, smart.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah.
Well, good idea.
Big brain, bro. Big brain.
Big brain for a big head. But yeah, then we sort of just made the kids bow. So like it was one team, for example, like my team would bow, and then Paul's team would bow. I don't know, just went and like funny, do the real fast applause where you just clap like with your fingers instead of your palm. Oh, it made me laugh. But yeah, that was the ending of the game. But it was a fun game actually.
Yeah, man. But hey, 6-4. I gotta say, the Heroes team.
It's closer and closer every time.
They're coming up, man. They're doing so well, especially the weeks that I coached them, and I got to see how much they'd started to develop. They're a good team, man. They're getting so much better as players as well. And do you know who I've realised who has an absolute rocket of a shot on him?
Let me guess. Drake?
No, Will McCallum. He has an absolute rocket on him. When he hits it properly, he's got a bullet. So yeah, well done, Will. If you listen, practice that, mate.
Liv Grantham actually filled in, and Riley Clinton scored the just probably the best target goal I've ever seen. It's coming back to me now.
Yeah.
He got it in the middle.
It's all flooding back. Hang on.
He got it in the middle. He was kind of just outside the box.
Yeah.
And he used his strength to come into the box.
Yeah.
And then did the old whoop whoop left.
Yeah.
And
The
then
little
turned
fake.
on his
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah, turned on his right. Well, he didn't quite do the move, but
Yeah.
he did the body feint.
Yeah.
Turned on his right and just belted it, and it didn't go in the net. It hit the roof of the net. It was still rising when it went in the goal.
How good are those ones?
And I was like,
seriously.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good job.
What on?
But yeah, look, it's a cracking game, and it's
Yeah.
always fun to just play your own club too. Like, and Paul,
Unlucky, mate. 6-4.
next year, always next year,
Next year.
season, mate.
Next season.
Oh, it might be next year. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Moving on to the under-10s Reds, and this was my toughest game of the season.
I have never seen such an anti-futsal scoreline.
This was the toughest game, and like for everyone listening, you've heard me talk about this under 10 Reds team and like our scoreline, stuff like that. But we came away with a 1-0 win.
Oh no!
That's it over the Lions FC 11, and that was the hardest fought game of futsal we've played all season.
Was it a fight?
Oh, 100%.
Was it a scrap?
Yeah, no. But it was it was nuts. The only goal we scored was Levan. Levan took it down the right wing and hit it. I don't know if he toe poked it or hit it roughly, but it just came off the ground, then dipped real quick and just went in the bottom left corner, like hit it across to the back post. And then we just defended for our lives, man.
Oh yeah, Mourinho's part of the bus, bro.
Oh, but
Part of the bus, bro.
But Wakely had the game of the season. I reckon he made 8 or 9 triple saves.
Oh, you did tell me this.
Yeah, in that game, ridiculous. Because like obviously that Lions team's quite good because they've got Benjamin and Finn, and Connor and stuff like that. And
Is Connor under 10s?
no, Connor Mackenzie, Annika's son.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
under 10s?
yeah, 10.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
I thought he was older.
No, and yeah, they were hitting shots. Like credit to my coaching brain. I put Marco, who's one of our more physical.
Luke's head just expanded 300%.
Yeah, and Lewis, who's our other pretty physical player. I put them on Benjamin and their other player. I think his name's Antonio. Maybe I think they've got two players who have very decent dribbling technique. So whenever one of them was off, one of them was on, whatever, I just had them man marking. I'm like, do not give him any room.
Was El Capitano patrolling at the back?
Zaki, yep, always.
Yeah.
Always doing well.
Prowling?
Yeah, but man, Wakely was just saving them left, right and centre. His disposals were a bit off. He was throwing a lot of them up instead of out.
It always amazes me. I don't get how, like...
Because he does the old trebuchet. You know, that's a big word for people if they don't understand. But, you know,
the catapult.
Yeah, they're big catapults. And he does the old, like, you know, cradles it in his hand.
Like Lord of the Rings style.
Yeah, cradles it in his hand, winds it back, and throws it. But instead of releasing it at, like, you know, a good angle
over his shoulder
on his arc, he just releases it real early. So it just goes up instead of out. So we had to fight for a few balls. But
he made up for it, didn't he?
yeah, we got, you know, El Capitano, as you called him, at the back.
El Capitano, bro.
Zaki's sitting in the back.
He's on the patrol.
But man, it was a good game. It was tight. 1-0.
And that means, other than the forfeit for Ballarat, that you finished undefeated.
Undefeated, yeah.
We'll come back to that at the end.
We have 20 wins out of 21 rounds, but the one was a forfeit. So
20 out of 20, really.
yeah, 20 out of 20, and man, it's not bad.
We don't talk about the one.
No. We don't talk about the one at all. But yeah. Look, credit to those kids, like we've been saying all podcast, really. They're our success story. That team. Well, the players in that team, like, they started losing all their games.
Not just a success story, they're just the story. They started off...
Started losing games, built it up and up and up, and now we've just gone...
And it's a long process, a slow process,
yeah,
too.
100%.
It doesn't happen over a season or two. It happened over, like... Well, Maddie was playing for them under 10s.
Yeah, I think...
That was our first ever team, wasn't it?
So it's almost been
Friday.
It's almost been 2 years.
I think it's been 3.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, almost. Almost, actually.
3. In September, it would have been 3 years.
Yeah.
So... The best part of 3 years. The best part of 3 years, because bear in mind that a lot of that time was spent in summers and stuff. So the best part of 3 years together as a team, and they've come out of it with undefeated season.
With some great players. That's it. I'll be interested to see how they go next season, moving up to age groups, stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, I've been so excited for this Eastern Rangers under 11s team. Man, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Keen.
Keen
as
a bean.
Moving on to the under 12s Blues, we had who'd you verse?
Good question. Did we verse Hillsville? Or was that the other team?
I don't know, because this is just a screenshot, so I can't click and see the teams. We had one team versus SMSC Storm, and one team versus Hillsville.
Yeah, so we versus Hillsville.
Yeah, because that's right. I stepped in coach because you went to play football.
I had a
you went
game,
to play
didn't
football.
I? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good game.
So go on, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So
I'll tell my story later.
we ended up coming up with a 5-4 win over Hillsville, but it was a hard fought 5-4. Like they were missing a couple of players, so they had Max and Peanut fill in for him.
Peanut. He is the Hillsville Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He's the Hillsville Ronaldo's son.
Yeah, true. I was going to say, the Hillsville Ronaldo's son.
Mm.
He's Ronaldo Jr. of Hillsville.
Don't call him that. He's Peanut.
Sure. Peanut Jr.
No, just Peanut.
Yeah, but because they had those two boys filling in. And then we obviously have a lot of the girls in the team, and they were fighting hard. Like, first half was kind of rubbish from them. They weren't listening. They were just running at the ball. Were holding position like they normally do. Like, these are all good players. They all played nationals. They all know how to hold position and whatnot.
They're the amply named Saints, Luke, for a reason.
Yeah, but I remember the thing that's standing out to me. Sorry, is first sub I made was Molly, because if you're there on a Friday
Big target.
if you're there on a Friday night, you know that Molly's mum and Molly's dad and grandfather are very vocal on the sidelines.
My bros.
And they were being very contradicting to what I was saying. Because I was telling Molly, sit back, relax, let them come to you. And they're just yelling, attack, shoot, whatever.
Different type of game, though. You want to draw them out.
Yeah.
When you go half court, and when we ask our teams to go half court, we're inviting pressure to know that we as a team, we can stand up, we can soak it up. And when we get the ball, we hit them fast and we hit them hard. And that's how, especially in big games, that's how you should play.
That's it.
That's the style that we want to emulate.
It's almost like you and me know what we're doing.
Oh.
Because Molly came off, and that's exactly what I told her. I said, hey, when we're defending, don't defend on the edge of their box. Defend it halfway. Let them come to you. And then when they're a half meter away from you, then tackle, win the ball, and you're through.
So the other side of that is normally when we play against teams that we kind of are expected to get a result against, we just high press.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Saints girls will be used to that because that's what we did at Nationals too, where we try and win the ball at the point of the press. You win the ball as high up the court as possible.
Yeah.
You restrict the opposition to just going long all the time.
Yeah.
And then when you get the ball, you go and play. It's almost like it's like you pinch the ball from the other team.
Yeah.
You're forcing a mistake to happen rather than a build up of possession.
That's what pressure's for.
Yeah. So the two different ways that you
error.
play, and a few of the players in that Saints team kind of know the two styles.
Yeah.
But I don't think if you had a conversation with them, they wouldn't be able to explain it. But on the court, they would do it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because I said to him, because we copped 3 goals in the first half. Sorry.
They always start slow, you know.
Because Hillsville have that, their gunplay Alex with a rocket of a left foot on him, and they had Max in goals, and Max was just throwing the ball over our players to Alex down in our goal square, and he was just scoring past Braith because Braith was rushing him. Because Braith was rushing him to try to get a bit of pressure on him early, but Alex is pretty composed when he's shooting, and he's just putting him past him. So then, every time I sub someone off...
It's all those shooting drills on a Tuesday night.
Yeah. Every time I sub someone off, I just said, look, there's no point trying to defend up at the edge of their goal square.
If all the ball does when it goes over the back of your head.
Because every time we get the ball, or every time the keeper gets the ball, he's throwing it over you. I'm like, and none of you want to run back and defend. Like, no one wants to run the length of the court to try to tackle a ball. Not even you. Shut up. So I just said, look, sit halfway. Let them come to you. If there's someone behind you, you're not defending. Like, because if the ball gets thrown over your head, can you block that shot?
Everyone needs to have a player, and you get between the ball and the goal.
That's it.
That is the basics of futsal. When you get older, we'll expand on that.
Yeah.
And a few of the Eastern Rangers teams will have that lesson probably in the coming months.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the two different styles. So it turns out that the sitting back at half court worked.
Yeah, because came into half time, and I just reiterated the point that I'd told them all. Don't stand on the edge of their box, you're going to get the ball thrown over your head. And they had to start talking a bit more. Because I'm like, you all talk at training. Do it on the court now.
I can just imagine the questions like, Terv wants us to stay high, Luke wants us to drop back. I'm like, oh my goodness, you've got to do both.
Literally.
When it suits you. You've got to read the game and realise
my favourite little anecdote that I always pull out when I'm coaching, and you're subbing people, like people playing positions, and you sub someone off and someone else on, and it's like you're subbing them off for a target or whatever. They go, oh, so I don't have to defend.
Well, sub off.
I'm like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, he's playing at the front. I don't have to defend. I'm like, it's futsal. Everyone defends. I'm like,
and everyone attacks.
I'm like, as soon as we lose the ball and you get into our half, you're defending. I'm like, as soon as we win the ball, you move forward. We're attacking. I'm like, there's no yes or no. It's both all the time. But look, I know what I'm talking about. You know what you're talking about. It got the job done. We won 5-4.
5-4
against Mrs. Mourinho.
Mrs.
Actually, no,
Mourinho. Mr. Mourinho.
Yeah, against
was
big
this
old
his
Stevie.
comeback?
I think it was.
Was his comeback?
And he
so,
lost.
Steve, mate, you should have stayed in Spain.
Come back and he
should have
lost.
stayed in Spain. What did you learn? Nothing.
And then we had our other, our other under 12s Blues team, Zacky's team.
Hammies.
No, Cowboys.
Cowbies.
Hammers of the Reds.
Oh, we do that every week.
I know. And I think they came up against a forfeit side. I'm not sure
Montrose.
if SMSC Storm. Actually, no, they're a real team, aren't
They are. So
Well,
they
we-
won 6-0.
they? We came away with a 6-0 win.
Yeah. Not bad. Good
Well
size.
done, Zacky.
Good, Zach.
Finished the league out well. And then moving on to the under 12s girls. So we came up against the Hillsville Strikers. Tough game. Always a tough game.
Yeah, it is.
Paul was back. Paul was coaching.
Nice.
We ended up coming with a 6-1 loss.
Hey, we got a goal.
We did against a lot of the ER girls.
Was it against Bell?
Yeah, under 12s
So
girls, strikers.
So we got a goal against the keeper who's been taught Spanish futsal lessons.
That's it.
Did you bring your knee pads, Bell? No, you didn't.
No,
No?
definitely not.
If you'd worn your knee pads, could have saved it.
That's it. But yeah, 6-1. 6-1. They're getting better every week.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see these guys in the next season as well, because like Paul's other under 10s team, they're all coming up.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit harder with the girls because they've had a couple different
Well,
coaches as well. It's a bit hard to keep.
But also their
Keep
time
consistency?
slots. That's why.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why the coaches
literally.
have been changing every week, is because they don't have a consistent time slot, and it's between the three. So we I think we can pretty much say that there won't be a girls team next season. We're gonna split the girls into. Well, we're pretty much going to integrate them into the teams that we already have.
Yeah.
So.
Sure.
And there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them is the discrepancy in age between someone like Adele, who's I think 8.
Yeah.
So and Arabella would be in the same boat.
Yeah.
They're the very bottom end of that, and then
Yeah.
they're playing against 12-year-old girls.
Yeah,
If that
true.
was in the normal league, that actually wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to eliminate that a little bit.
Yeah.
And the other reason I think that mixing the girls with a few of the boys would help personalities and
Yeah, for sure.
team chemistry and stuff like that. Kids that have actually been friends for a long time, if they play together, the team tends to be, a little bit stronger. Not even stronger, just more like competitive, more fluid when they play together. So
Yeah.
we pretty much have decided that that's going to be the case. So
Yeah,
when
sure.
we eventually release the teams
Yeah, well,
next decade,
yeah, no, when
30-20.
when everything's subsided, when
Mhm.
we can go closer than a metre and a half to each other safely,
Knuckles.
so I'd
Sanitized.
smash you with all my rings.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'll be interested to see how the girls progress moving forward. Moving on to the under 12s Reds, we had another derby, City again. We had City Squared against the Hammers this time, not the Cowboys, the Hammers.
City Squared.
And yeah, it's same as it's been the last 2 times we versed them. We ended up, my team City Squared ended up taking a 7-2 loss over the Hammers. Credit to Zaki, credit to the Hammers. Solid team, solid players. It's just I don't know, we were kind of sluggish this game. Our team.
Our teams tend to start the games quite slow.
Our team was, but we were sluggish the whole game.
Hmm.
It was I'm not sure why.
Friday Night Fever.
Pretty interesting though. I had because obviously Will and James play for Luda Strikers in the previous time slot, so they always have to take a little bit of time to get changed in
And they
between
would have been
games.
tired and out, and not 100%.
And the game on our court was running on time, but the game on their court was a bit delayed, so they were away a bit longer than they intended. So ended up putting Shelby in goals for the first half, and he actually did well.
Coming up strong, Shelb. Nice.
He's a self-proclaimed decent keeper.
Self-proclaimed. That's always dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, he actually did well. I think he only conceded maybe 3,
Yeah.
which is good against like the likes of the Hammers, like Reese and Blake and Sam, all smashing shots at you.
Not bad.
But yeah, good on him. good way to end the season with another derby. I love it. It's always fun looking at Zachy every time they score, every time we score, just giving him some, But yeah, 7-2 to the Hammers. So well done, guys.
Good stuff, Hammers. Unlucky squared.
And then we had under 14s. So under 14s finished the season on a high. We came up against Montrose, the froth team. So we took a nice 6-0 win. 6-0 win to finish out their season. Obviously, they've had a very tough season as a team. The under 14s league is very lopsided. There's a massive skill gap between the bottom teams and the top teams in that one. And I think it's just a lot to do with experience. Because we've got a lot of new kids coming in and playing futsal that have to play in that team because of their age. Coming against kids who've played all the way through since under 8s.
Josh Duran, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, but 6-0. Took a win. Whatever, a win's a win, innit? So,
win is a win. If you're dead, you're dead, innit?
If you're dead, you're dead. Hey, that's very current.
That's an inside joke.
It's too real now.
Yeah, it's too real.
At the moment, it is.
Well, one of my friends from the UK, Joe, used to say that.
Joe, the giraffe.
The
man himself. But
all right. Well, we've rambled on for 30 minutes. We're not even done yet because we got to go through all the league tables.
We're going to do this. Yeah, actually, instead of going through that, we'll just go through who made Gold Cup, who made Silver Cup.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, so we actually end up having 7 of our 11 teams making the Gold Cup, which means
is way over 50%.
Which means that we finished top 4 in 7 of the leagues that we play in.
7 out of 11.
Yeah, that's good. And then
the remaining 4
our
teams.
other 4 are in Silver Cup.
In the Silver Cup, yeah, and one of them was very narrowly missed out on a place in the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
And we've got 2. We've actually got in the under 12s. We've got 2 out of the 4 are both Melbourne teams.
Yeah, and that's the same with the under 10, under 8 Blues as well. Both of our Blues teams made Gold Cup. I think you're 3rd and I'm 4th, or
that's
all the way
insane.
around.
That is insane.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it goes. We've got our 2 under 10s, under 8s Blues, in the Gold Cup. So the Devils and the Spiders. We've got your under 10s Cubs in the Gold Cup. We've got my under 10s Reds in the Gold Cup.
Finish first. They better be in the Gold Cup.
We've got your under 12s Blues
Saints.
and Zachy's under 12s Blues.
And yes, the Cowboys did make it. I got a message from Zach after my football game.
Yep.
So, guess we made it.
Because you guys are 2nd, they're
4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then...
So it could be, Zachy, do the job, son. Do the job against the top team.
That's it.
Do the job against Melbourne United, and let's make it a Melbourne City final. And I tell you what, that would be a cracking game to watch. Shotgun not wearing bibs, though. Caught it clutch, Zach. Caught it clutch.
Actually, no, it's... Sorry, I read that. You're 2nd, they're 3rd.
Oh, it's a Melbourne semi.
It's a Melbourne semi.
Hey, look, that's almost in some ways better because now we have a guaranteed team in the Gold Cup final.
Sure, if you want to look at it that way.
I do want to look at it that way. May the best team win, Zach.
And then our 7th and final team in the Gold Cup is the Hammers. Hammers made the Gold Cup, finishing 2nd in their league. Doing very, very well. And then...
So, who's coaching the teams? So you got 2 in the gold?
So I've got, 8s and 10s.
I've got 8s.
You've got 8s, 10s.
Cubs and Saints. So the 3 teams I coach
it's not bad.
Are in the Gold Cup.
It's not bad. And then Zachy's got the Hammers and the Cowboys in the gold. It's not bad.
So, but the score is 2, 2, and 3 to me.
Shut up.
Courtney?
Shut up.
Courtney?
Shut up.
I'm winning 3-2-2, right?
No. They were just practice rounds. Alright. Courtney, that's a bit of an inside joke. Only you'll get that one. Actually, I miss Mourinho and Debs. You'll all get it. But those...
Mr. Mourinho, and he was with Ronaldo. Come on.
Sorry. But they're all practice ones, so it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll play the real ones now, okay?
Yeah, it's practice cup, bro.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, super happy with this. Like, 7 out of 11 in the Gold Cup.
A year on from our merge with Melbourne City, and out of the 11 teams, we've got 7 in the gold, 4 in the silver.
Killing it.
We've already talked about how the skill gap's narrowing for all our players. They're coming together. I'm sure a lot of players have made new friends and stuff. I know for a fact that Peanut and Zach are now quite close.
Quite good friends.
Yeah, so that's all it's about, really. And, there's countless number of friendships and stuff we can talk about. But, We've already talked for 35 minutes, bro.
I don't know how, man.
We
just ramble.
It's just fun, isn't it?
We just ramble.
This is what the pod is about.
Oh,
man.
literally, honestly.
It's just our minds getting projected onto the Melbourne Futsal page.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, no, there is no for sure. That's what it is.
It is. All right. Yeah, right. Well, what are we gonna talk about? What's the meat and potatoes of this episode, Terval?
The nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty.
The mitty nitty.
Whatever you call it, bro.
Well, we originally were going to talk about the top 10 ideas to keep yourself active and involved in futsal at home. I think we'll shorten it to 5.
Well, I was gonna say we could, because we're gonna make those sort of ones into videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking we could just sort of talk about top 5 things to do at home when you're bored.
Ooh, I like this one.
And we can just talk about, doesn't have to be genuinely futsal related, but it can be like, outside kicking a ball or playing, like, whatever.
Anything. It can be anything. And actually, you know what? We'll make this a little bit of an interaction, okay? Because kids, I know that you guys are bored, all right? You're going to have a lot of time off soon. And parents too. I want to know, Nath, what is your top 5 things to do at home? I want to know. All right? So when you guys have a chance, when you listen to this on
Spotify?
Yeah, on Spotify, on Podbean, on whatever. All right, I want you guys to send us a comment on Facebook, send us a notification, a status, whatever.
We'll share the pod on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll
just chuck a comment.
We want to see your comments. We want to see your comments. What are the top 5 things for you guys to do at home when you're bored? You can be a parent, you can be a kid. I just want to know what they are. Yeah. All right, and then we'll do a little tally, and we'll find out the 5 most popular things that futsal players like to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be futsal related, but that futsal players or parents like to do at home.
Sure.
Nice.
Well, I reckon we go 1 for 1, and then we'll have the one at the end that we both agree on, because I'm pretty sure we both know what that is.
Yep. Luke just demonstrated as if I needed to know.
Yeah. All right, so I'll start. One of my favourite things to do at home when I'm bored, whether it be with this whole COVID-19 business, or just, there's not really anything to do. One of my favourite things to do is just put on some movies. Movie, TV show.
Movie boy, huh?
Whatever, just binge some Netflix, find a good old TV show.
What's your current? Well,
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. But actually, it's a good question for you. If you had to pick one TV show at the moment that you've got to be locked down for 2 weeks.
See, my answer's not going to be one that you expect.
You've got 2 weeks right now. You have to stay inside. You have to do something. Pick one TV show to watch.
Have you got one in your head?
I've got one in my head that I would watch.
My one's going to be. You're going to be like, whoa, what?
Yeah, right.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Yeah, I like it.
Doctor Who. I'd watch Doctor Who. The new season. Since when it got televised again from like 2005 or 7 or wherever it was, I'd watch all of those episodes.
Yeah.
That's a good. Firstly, you got to talk about the length, right? That's a good 10 or so seasons to get me through 2 weeks. It's almost a season a day. Well, no, that's more than a season a day in terms of watching. Yeah. So I could do that.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Mine is Supernatural.
Supernatural.
I
can honestly say, hands down, I've never heard of Supernatural.
Never heard of it. Well,
no.
It's awesome. If anyone's watched it, it used to be on Channel 10, and then they got to move to Channel 11. But it's crazy. They're on to their 15th and final season, and there's 21 episodes per season. So man, and they're like 40-minute episodes, so you got a lot of time to sit down and watch.
That's not bad.
But I've got to say, I've watched watched it in its entirety maybe 5-6 times.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Bro, it's so good. It's my favourite show.
I tell you what, do you know what I kind of expected us both to say and we didn't? Is Lucifer.
That's a good show.
Because I know that we both really like Lucifer.
Yeah, that's a good show. That's a good show.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well, we're on the topic though. If you had to pick one movie then, what would be a movie? Because we're talking about TV shows and movies. What would be your one movie?
Does it have to be one single movie, or can I pick a family of movies?
One single movie. Because I know you would say Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. It can't be a general umbrella. It's got to be one movie.
My bro. Okay, well, you go first because I got to think about mine.
Mine is, I don't think you get this, Happy Gilmore.
Really?
Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler. I remember when I used to have my little iPod Touch. It was the first movie that I ever bought on iTunes.
Yeah.
And I had it on my iPod Touch, and I used to watch it before school, after school. Just sat there and just binge watched it. And
That's dope.
It's my favourite movie ever. It's
That's
so
sick.
good. There's so many quality one-liners out of that movie. That's so good. All right, what's yours?
I tell you what. Oh, I've got a few, and they're all weird. I don't think you'd expect me to say any of them. One of them, and I don't know why I like this movie so much, but I do. Pride and Prejudice.
Honestly, I've never seen it.
Man, this was in English in year 9 in the UK. You have to pick a film to study, and I picked Pride and Prejudice, not knowing at the time what it was. I I kid you not. Like, I have learned everything I can about that film, and I
Yeah.
still like watching it now.
Yeah.
And it's
Fair
just,
enough,
it's about like this old English country style, like what they live in the country,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like big houses and stuff from
Yeah.
before, like, there's no cars invented or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And there's this bloke called Mr. Darcy, and he's an absolute legend. So,
Yeah, right.
but it's just like old English. But you know what? If it was like a funny, joking movie, I'd pick Pirates of the Caribbean. At World's End.
How World's End?
At World's End.
Not even Curse of the Black Pearl, not
No.
number one.
No, at World's End. I
Right.
want to see Davy Jones get thrown into the hurricane thing that happens.
Sure, I like it. Done.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
Number two.
Yeah, what's yours?
So
Number two.
you said movies.
I said yeah, movies.
Well,
TV
I'm
show.
gonna compliment you. I'm gonna say I like to read a few books every now and then when I get time.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm currently reading the
Yeah.
Witcher books. So obviously the new TV show stuff came out and we watched it all, but I somehow have managed to get hold of all the books and I'm reading through them. I'm on the second one currently. I reckon by the end of the weekend I'll be done with that,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll move on. And this kind of just takes over my life. This is what happens because Game of Thrones came out
Yeah.
when I was a wee boy. And
A wee lad.
a wee lad. A wee lad.
Yeah, right.
And I watched the first season and I was like, I'm really interested in this TV show. I want to learn more about it.
Yeah.
And I bought all the books. And then by the end of it, you would have known, as we watched the final season mostly together, I pretty much like knew the ending. Or I knew what would happen. I knew like Daenerys, spoilers. I knew she burned King's Landing and stuff.
Whoa. What do you mean?
It's been out like a year and a bit,
Yeah.
bro. But yeah, so I just takes over my life. So I've done
Yeah.
the same with The Witcher, and I can't wait to tell you what happens in the next season.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Or threaten to tell you.
Yeah.
Even better. Bit of blackmail.
I'm not much of a reader.
I know you can't read, so don't worry.
I can read.
You can't read.
All right.
Luke can't read.
But I have to say, one of my probably favorite books that I remember reading in school, and they've made it into a movie. Not recently, but like a little bit ago. Hugo. Yeah, it's I think it's set in France, and it's about this little boy whose father used to.
Is his name Hugo?
Yeah.
Damn it, I knew it.
And
Spoilers.
I can't remember like the main plot, but it's like basically it's a lot to do with like art, and the book's like filled with these like black and white like, charcoal drawings, and it's a pretty thick book. Like it's probably a good 500-600 pages in the book.
Standard.
But I remember we sat there one time in I think maybe year 3 or 4, and our teacher used to read it to us, like a few pages every day.
Because that's all she can manage.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're trying to control a classroom full of kids sitting there reading a book, but I was just like encapsulated by it, and like that's one of my favorite things. Like I've been listening to a lot of podcasts
In all your spare time that you have.
yeah, at work or whatever, and my favorite, like obviously that's why people love reading so much, because you get to make up the pictures in your mind. You get to do all that yourself, and like it helps when like because obviously you make it what the character looks like and what everyone else looks like.
My picture of Dumbledore was not at all what is portrayed on TV.
Yeah,
Just
right.
saying.
But and then you've got these like complimentary pictures in the book to go with like when they're describing the drawing, you actually see it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks it's real cool. And it's a pretty good movie the way they've done it. But yeah, I don't read that much.
We're on about books. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, like the movie that they made.
Yeah,
It's actually it's not bad.
I get you.
But yeah.
Is that your favourite book, did you say?
Yeah, I would say like I obviously don't read that much, but
my favourite book is
that's one
this,
that I have in my mind.
This one it's called Vinnetou, and it used to be. It's actually based on a loose true story, from a German man in like the 1800s or whatever, who moved to the US, and it was like the Wild West.
Yeah.
And he like had interactions with like the American Indians. It was about basically how like and my dad read this to me when I was like 5. I didn't know anything about America or Germany or whatever, but it was about the demise of the American Indians and and how they pretty much like, died. Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah.
And how like all the Wild West became civilized and took over and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
actually a really great story.
Yeah, right.
But it's thick AF. It's like
Thick.
Oh man, it's like 1,000 pages or something. So
Yeah.
no time to read it now. But I know that story off by heart.
Nice.
That's number 2.
It's number 2. Number 3.
Over to you.
One of my favorite things to do while I'm bored at home, or just stuck at home.
You're gonna steal mine now. I know it.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't reckon.
We haven't talked about this, by the way.
No, I don't reckon I will. One of my favorite things to do, and some people may know this about me, some people not, but actually to cook.
Oh, that's a goodie. I tell you what, Luke cooked a pork shoulder the other day. It was actually almost a week ago, last Saturday.
Yeah, last Saturday.
And we had the Mourinho's over. And I tell you what, that was the nicest dinner that I've had in this house. And I've only been here a month or so, but that was the nicest
slow
dinner.
cooked in the oven for 6 hours. But yeah, cooking it's always been a big part of my life. Like, learned how to cook when I was really, really little. First thing I ever learned how to make was pancakes. I mean, you can't go wrong. If anyone's listening right now, easiest pancake recipe of your life. Put equal parts of self-raising flour and milk
You lost me at self-raising.
and 1 egg. That's it. That's your pancake batter done. It's super simple, but cooking is just so much fun. Like, if there's like, kids out there who are like, oh, cooking's boring, I don't want to cook, just try. It's art, really. You get to create, get to cook whatever you want. It tastes
My
good.
man said it's art.
Tastes good at the end. Right, yeah, cooking's awesome. I know you like to cook as well.
Only occasionally.
Pork belly.
I like to watch you cook.
Yeah. I'm a very messy cook though.
Luke only wears one apron and socks. That's all, bro.
No, but actually, I was getting a lot of comments from the Mourinho's when I was cooking, and they were impressed with like my finesse, and like I was using like actual crushed salt instead of like a salt grinder.
Oh my god! I opened the cutlery drawer and there's like a million tools that I haven't even ever seen or heard of. I'm like, what the hell is this for? Just give me a fork and a knife, bro. That's all I need, and a big wooden spoon to bat things with, and that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do when I'm bored is cook.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Also, shotgun. Just to mention, it was my idea for the pork belly.
Yeah, pork shoulder was good.
Pork shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just getting that in there.
Sure.
So number 4.
Number 4. What's your?
You'll agree with me on this one,
Sure.
although it's not the one that we know is going to be number 5.
Uh-huh.
One of my favorite things to do is play board games.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm going to include card games in this too.
Yeah. It's a good bit of fun. That's something that I've been doing a lot more, like hanging around with you, meeting you, living with you.
True. Not even a month though. I just said before it was a month. I realised it's the 20th of... Yeah, it's not been a month.
Not even been a month. But I remember, like, before you'd even moved in, I taught you how to play American Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the game that...
that we haven't played since.
That I've been playing with my family since I was little. Like a card game. It's pretty intricate when you first try to learn about it. But once you get it, it's real easy to pick up. And we haven't played that in ages.
No, we haven't. I think it's due tonight, maybe.
Yeah, we'll play some tonight for sure.
Nice. But yeah, what's your favourite board game?
Oh, I don't know. Board games. I don't play a lot. Obviously, Monopoly is always really fun, but everyone has their own rules for Monopoly, and I feel like no two people, if they're not in the same family, play Monopoly the same.
So, Mr. Mourinho and I, we were talking about this at work, and
Sure.
we actually have very, very similar rules. to
Yeah,
Monopoly.
you guys were discussing it last Saturday at dinner. But favorite board game? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Monopoly. I do like playing chess. Chess is fun.
Oh my god, this is something I didn't know because I
played chess against you.
I know, but not many times.
Yeah, okay.
And my favorite board game is actually chess. I
Yeah.
wouldn't really. I guess it is a board game technically.
Yeah.
But chess or backgammon are my favorite.
Yeah, right.
But Monopoly and Uno, I've got to say, I'll say it on the record. Courtney, you beat me 5-0 at Uno. Well done.
5-0.
Yes.
Wow.
So we said, well, let me talk to you about this. So we said first to 5, right?
Yep.
Fair. I'll hold my hands up. Fair and square, she whitewashed me.
Yep.
I was gone. But then we kept playing.
Yeah.
So we played another first to 5, and I won 5-3. In your mind, what's the score?
8-5.
Well, I was going to say 1-1 because it's like first to 5.
Oh,
It's like
sure.
tennis, right?
Sure.
Well, if we played two sets,
I was just playing an aggregate. 8-5.
oh, that's fair. That's like that's a football reflection. I thought of it more.
First to 10 adds up, continues.
Well, then no one's won yet.
Game's
There's
still going. Hey, I've got a score sheet in the lounge room under the table that states that she's only won 4. Game's still going.
No, they're practice.
Yeah,
That's
true,
practice rounds.
practice rounds. Practice rounds. Board games.
Well,
Yeah, right.
I thought of it as tennis. Like she won the first set, I won the second set,
Sure,
third set,
sure,
decided.
sure.
But
You realise that
took
you
the aggregate.
realize that you're playing Uno and not tennis, right?
Bro, listen, sports are sports, all right? It's just, there's a
Sports
rule already
is-
that exists somewhere. Just copy it and paste it into another thing.
Sure.
But yeah.
Board games. Sort of. What have we had? We've had movie and TV shows. We've had
Books
We've had cooking.
and
We've had
board games.
games.
All things you can do inside the house.
That's it.
As long
Don't
as you
have to go outside.
as long as you hoarded all the stuff from Coles before everyone else did.
Yeah, true. I'm sure you can make a lasagna with toilet paper.
Oh, bro. And number 5?
Number
The
5.
undisputed
Fifth
number
and final
5.
undisputed thing.
Moment
is...
of truth. Let's just pause for a sec. What do you think we're going to say? I'll give you guys 2 seconds to have a guess. 1, 2.
Video
Board
games.
Just kidding. Video
Video
games.
games, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Video games is my go-to, my number 1. Your go-to as well.
My number 1, 2, and 3, really.
Like we said in the previous podcast, we've got PlayStations, Xboxes, PCs. You've got Game Boys, Nintendo DSs.
Pokemon.
Bro.
Pokemon was... This is the first video game I ever played was Pokemon
Sure.
on the Game Boy.
Sure, I like it.
And I still have it to this day. And then I watch all the kids at the side, especially like after Hills were training and stuff. And they're just there watching their parents play. And by watching, I mean they're like
on the
glued to the Nintendo screen. And they're playing Mario or Pokemon.
It's good, man.
That makes me proud.
Doesn't change.
Makes me proud.
What's your first big, like, fond gaming memory?
Ooh, I've got this. So, I don't know if I should say it, but we've started now, too late. So, you know my mate Jordan from the UK. So, obviously before I came to Australia, I was in the UK and I had a friend called Jordan there.
Yep.
And we played sport together a lot.
Yep.
But this memory happens to involve video games. So,
it's good.
I had a sofa that was like, not a bed, but it was like a big metal thing.
Yeah, okay.
And we could bring it, it's like on wheels, you can wheel it around the living room.
Sure.
So I convinced my mum that George could stay over and we had football the next day, whatever. And then football got cancelled that evening, like Friday evening.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Saturday evening for Sunday.
Yeah.
But it was frosty, like too cold.
Yeah.
So football got cancelled. And I remember Jordan and I, the fire was on in the corner, like picture it, the fire was on. We wheeled our sofa / metal bed into the desk thing. And we were literally sat like, I reckon closer than I could get to this TV.
Yeah.
Like my eyes may as well have been the TV.
Yeah, right.
So we were sat real close and we played Nazi Zombies. So COD 5 on the PS3.
Good.
COD 5 on the PS3 and we played Shino Numa, which was...
one of the DLC maps.
Yeah, one of the DLC maps. The first time there was dogs.
That's downloadable content for you, Glenn. You're not hip.
Not an OG. But yeah, so I remember just wheeling our sofa up and we stayed up all night. And by all night, it was probably like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
We're like 10 years old
Yeah,
at this
right.
point or whatever, 11. And yeah, we stayed up and then we played a Shino Numa. And I remember, because we were playing split screen, you can pause the game when it's split screen, but you can't do it if you and I were playing on separate PlayStations, right? So we paused it, and then every time Mum would come down the stairs, we'd pause it, turn the TV off,
Pretend to be asleep.
pretend to be asleep. And it worked like twice, but clearly we're making noise.
Yeah.
And like the third time, it was like, I don't know, 1:30. Mum came down, and I actually think the first time she came to like tell us off and say stop being loud. And then the second time she just came because she needed a water or a bathroom or whatever. But she walked past, and I remember because I had the remote almost in my hand, like, I'm going to demonstrate. Like, you're the sofa arm.
Yeah.
My hand is, like, here.
Yeah.
Like, I could pretty much touch the remote. And I just remember Mum, like, my eyes were closed. Mum grabs the remote, like, turns off the TV, and then presses the power for my PlayStation. And I'm like, oh, my God. And we were on our highest ever round at the time.
Yeah, right.
Like, it was round 39 or something. And I was like, we have just wasted 6 hours of playing this game. And Mum's just come and turned it off in, like, half a second. Oh, and that was my...
So many good memories on that game.
That's my favourite memory.
COD 5. I don't even know what COD we're up to now. I remember I used to refer to them by number.
Yeah.
That's Call of Duty for you, Glenn.
Glenn, are you going to be allowed back in the country, Glenn?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a serious question. I hope you are, because there'll be no one to make fun of if you stay in Spain. Or the UK, even.
Yeah, so... Yeah, like, I remember probably my fondest, like, early video game memory was playing with one of my friends, Mason, who we talked about in a previous podcast, played on Creventus with me. We grew up playing Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64.
I love that game.
And he used to have the 64 in his bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
On this little old TV. And I remember we used to play until like what we thought was early morning, which was probably only like 11:30 because we were like maybe 4 and 5 years old at this time, like early. I remember we used to play, and when we wanted to go to sleep, we'd have this like pact, say, if you wake up first, wake me up so we can play. And if you wake up first, you wake up so we can play. And we used it. We'd probably play for, I don't know, we were like 4 years old. We probably only play for like an hour at a time, but it felt like it was all day. And like we'd play, and like he had a fair bit of land. He had 11 acres. So we'd play for forever. whatever we want.
That just reminded me of another story that I'll tell after yours.
And then we'd go run around his farm for a couple of hours or whatever, get tired, come back inside, play more 64.
Nice.
And I just remember like playing until super late, or what we thought was super late, just for years. And like I remember one time it was school holidays. We convinced our parents. There's another like game memory. We convinced our parents. We had a sleepover that lasted for 11 days. We were 11 days back and forth at each other's houses.
My man mastered the bender at 5 years old.
Probably not 5. We were at school at that time. Probably
Okay.
maybe like 8 and 9.
Oh, well, that's way better.
But, bro, 11 days of me being in his house or him being in my house. Never spent like an hour apart.
That's real couple
I'm
stuff.
just going back and forth, bro. It was
That's
so
real
good,
couple
though.
stuff. How
That
do you
was
feel now that you're obviously you don't see him as much?
Yeah.
Withdrawals? Do you dream about that moment every
Yeah,
time?
100%.
Hmm.
100%. Sometimes I wish you were him.
Ouch!
That's tough, bro.
That is tough, bro.
Nah, but yeah, obviously video games is something that you and me both hold very,
and
very
we
close
always
to our
will.
heart.
But you know what? Everyone has all the negative connotations about video games and stuff. But like, there's also heaps of positive ones.
100%.
Like, it's just time to chill and kind of de-stress from
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, like, I know, like, some-
I mean,
some
we're
people-
20 years old. Like we're 21,
some people
22,
come home
There's not
and-
much stress in our lives, but
Put on a hot bath, sit there and let them steam and de-stress. I come home and I play Minecraft.
yeah, that's it, bro.
Or Call of Duty or FIFA or any, like,
But not even like when I was younger, when I was like at school still, like high school or whatever.
yeah.
I'd come home and it wouldn't be. Well, I lived in a village and the village was like 15 minutes away and I couldn't drive and I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't really get a chance other than if my friend came over. I didn't really get a chance to see them
Yeah.
because no one else lived. There's like 15 houses in the
Yeah,
village,
yeah.
right? So the only way I really could is like online. So,
Yeah.
dude, I mastered like Skype, MSN, all that stuff. I was a master of it
Yeah,
by 11 years old. Year 7, I knew everything.
Yeah.
I knew everything.
Good times, man.
And now, 21, 22, I don't even know my age.
Yeah, bro, you can't even get anything right
Clearly,
anymore.
I don't know anything.
But yeah.
But the other memory I was going to talk to you about is, you know how everyone says, oh, you know, it's a nice day, go and play outside. Oh my God, 8-year-old me was sassy AF, right? So Jordan and I,
Sassy.
well, it wasn't really me, it was more him because we were at his house. but
Yeah,
I'll
sure,
take some of the
sure.
credit. So we were playing on the PlayStation, you know, and then his
Yeah.
mum, Angela, her name is, comes in and says, boys, get outside. And we're like, yeah, we'll play in a bit, like we'll go and play football in a bit, whatever. It was like a Saturday or something. And then, you know, that happened like 6 or 7 times. At the end, she just took our controllers and went, you'll get them back if you go and play outside.
Yeah, nice.
So we went and played outside. We obviously did as we were
Yeah,
told.
yeah.
And then we came back, she gave them to us. And then kind of a couple of hours later, the same thing happened. And so this time we had a plan. We had a strategy, right?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, no worries. So we opened the window. Right. I put the cushion outside.
Yeah.
Dropped the controllers on the cushion. Waited for Angela to leave. Turned the TV and the PlayStation to face the window. We went outside and we would just sat. It was a bungalow.
Yeah.
So we sat on the concrete floor, just looked up and carried on playing PlayStation.
That's
And
incredible.
we got away with it for
That's
2.5
incredible.
hours.
That is incredible.
2.5 hours of bliss where like 8-year-old Jordan and I thought we were kings of the world.
Yeah.
No regrets.
That's good.
No regrets.
That's so good. I've done that before. I had it like it was probably not that long ago, maybe a couple of years ago. I was at mum and dad's place and it was one of them real hot days. I think it was like 40, 43, 44, whatever.
So you weren't playing futsal? What do you mean?
No. So mum and dad's house has a pool, and I was the only person home, and I was like, oh look, I kind of just want to go in the pool. I was like, you know what? Got an extension cord, got my TV, brought it outside, put it on the bench outside on the deck, got one of like my floaty things, sat in the pool, just had a movie playing while I was sitting in the pool, and then that TV broke because it got too hot and overheated.
Yeah, well, serves you
So
right.
I took the TV.
Karma.
Yeah,
All good things come to an end, though.
that's it. Right, well, we've
Not
rambled on for almost an hour now.
One more thing to
Yeah, so I think, guys, don't forget, in the comments, give us your top 5 things to do when you're home, bored, or in isolation, or whatever you want to call
do.
it.
I
right
want to
now.
know, I'm particularly interested, obviously I want to know the kids' ones, because
Yeah.
they'll just come up with some crazy suggestions.
Yeah.
But I want to know which of the parents are going to be brave enough to say what their actual top 5 things are to do.
Yeah.
Now, I want to hear the truth. I want to know what number 1 is. I want to know
That's it.
what
Well-
kind of wine you guys want to drink when you're sitting down to
Yeah,
watch
give us
Survivor.
your
or-
top 5 things to do when you're home alone, bored, kid-free.
Doesn't have to be kid-free, but, you know.
When you're home bored.
I know there's a different answer with there's kids there and
100%.
kids free.
Look,
So
You can post the one with the kids.
yeah, you can post
Message us the one
the
without the
politically
kids.
incorrect one. You
Yeah.
private message us. The politically correct one. You can post.
That's it. All right, let's let's wrap it up. We'll get into the quiz.
All right.
Get into the quiz.
So,
We'll get a recap.
Episode 7, the answer.
So
Do you
this is episode 8.
Yeah, this is episode
Ah,
8.
right. So
Episode
the
7.
answer was football boots.
Football boots.
Football
The
boots.
clues were skewed to make you
So
think it was the ball.
I was having a bit of a thought about this, and I think the clues need to lead directly to one answer. It can't be like broad.
But I had an answer.
Yeah, no. But I believe you did. But I think
This is called a cup conspiracy all over again.
But I think the question should lead to a single answer. Like, if you gave me all those clues, the answer could have been the kit, or I think that's what we said, the strip, didn't we?
But just to say, one of my most memorable moments is associated with an animal. There is no ball associated with an animal.
Oh, so we said the ball, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because when there was...
There's no ball
You
associated
said one of
with
my
an animal.
moments, didn't you? Is that what it
Yeah.
says? Yeah. The ball's seen an animal before.
Yeah, but it's not
Pretty
memorable.
Yes, it is. That's a pretty unique thing to happen in a game.
Or, what's more memorable, or the Adidas Predator boots that were worn for 4 World Cups. 3.5. What's more memorable?
I just think that those questions, those clues, could still be for another.
Okay,
answer.
well, this when it's a person, it's easier because they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
So, but I want to mix it up a bit.
Yeah,
Every
but-
now and then you'll get a hard
but-
one, but then you'll get an easy one because
but
you get Bell Watson on the
you,
third go.
you get what I mean, right?
First go.
You get what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Not going to change what I do.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to get that out. I just want to get that out there.
All right, episode 8. So the quiz, the way it works, you got 10 clues, 10 questions about a person, a thing, a dream, an idea, a goal, whatever.
Yep.
It's to do with futsal or football
football.
or anything to do with the sport that we like to be involved in.
Yes, sir.
And after 3 clues, you get a guess.
Give you an answer.
And that's worth 3 points if you get
Yep.
it right. After 6, you get a second guess. That's worth 2.
2
After
points.
10, you get the last guess. That's worth
1
1. I
point.
can only take your final answer as the answer that you give.
Yep.
Um,
But if I give the same answer for answer 1 and 2, I get it for answer 1 because it was the previous.
Yeah, you get it for the highest
Yep.
scoring answer that you've
Yep,
got.
yep.
Yep.
Too easy.
Cool. We're good. All right. Are you ready?
I am.
Episode
Actually,
8.
recap. What's the score? Is it?
Oh, it's 9-9.
9-all?
9-all.
So we're on a tie.
Yeah.
Right
We're on
now.
a tie. I think this is either going to be a big win for me or you're going to get this straight away.
You reckon? All
Yeah,
right.
it's one
Let's
of
go.
those. All
Let's
right.
go. Let's go.
I was born. Oh, sorry. Clue number 1. I was born
Yep.
in 1977.
1977. Okay.
Clue number 2. I am known for my silky skills and gun left foot.
Silky skills and gun left foot.
Excuse me.
Sure. 19. All right. Yeah. I should write this down, honestly.
Well, I'll just give you it, but you
Yeah,
can't
no,
scroll
that's
down.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Number 3. Clue number 3, and I need a guess after this
Uh-huh.
one. I have made 701 club career appearances.
All right.
I don't need a clue.
So 1977, you said.
Yep, that would make them 42, 3.
Yep.
42 or 3 this year.
Yep. Sure.
I'll just help you because I know that
My
you
maths
can't
is
do
my maths isn't
You
great.
can't read and you can't do maths.
I can read. My maths isn't great.
Mhm.
All right. So we got a 42, 43-year-old that's got a silky left foot.
Well, he's actually born in June, so he's 42.
Okay, sure. And it's a man. Nice.
Damn it!
Silky left foot, and how it's 701
Club career appearances.
club career appearances. Who's got a banging left foot that's that old? Purely for the age, and I don't know if this is correct because I'm not that in depth with. I'm gonna say it's an outdoor player. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna say it's a futsal player. Left-footed. I'm gonna say it's Falcao.
Falcao?
Yes, because I know he's old, and that's one of the things that I know Andre always
42's old, huh? Is that what you're saying?
for athletes. 42 is old, and that's one of the things that Andre always said.
Don't listen to him, Steve.
Futsal's a sport you can play for a lot longer than you can play outdoor. There's not many 42-year-old outdoor players. I don't know if there's any.
Ryan Giggs played till he was 40.
It's not 42, is it?
Well, I think he retired when he was 41. That's pretty
It's
much
not. It's not 42, is it?
Well,
No, it's not. All right.
no, it's not.
Next,
Same boat, though.
lock in
Gigi Buffon.
Falcao.
Falcao. Clue
Yes,
number
sir.
1. Sorry, guess number 1. Falcao.
Mm-hmm.
My real name. Clue number 4. My real name is Alessandro, but nobody calls me that.
Uh-huh.
Clue number 5. I have scored 393 international goals.
Okay.
Clue number 6, and I need a guess.
Yep.
My team were eliminated during the round of 16 during my final tournament.
I'm still going to lock in Falcao.
Falcao. My man's confident.
Because his first name, would you say Alessandro? Yeah, and that's why the Futsal's mascot is nicknamed Alex. Because of that. And that was someone's reasoning to nickname him that. That's my guess. I'm going to lock in Falcao still for 3 points.
There's going to be one clue that throws you off here.
Yeah, you reckon?
I've received... So, clue number 7?
Yep.
I have received an award from FIFA for my outstanding career in 2016 after my retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Clue number... Sorry, that was clue number 7. Clue number 8.
Yep.
I've played both futsal and outdoor in my career.
Uh-huh.
Clue number 9. I once played for Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. Yeah, right.
Are you thrown off yet?
No.
Clue number 10. I've scored 48 goals in the FIFA Futsal World Cup.
I'm still going to lock in Falcao.
Falcao?
I'm pretty...
Alright.
Yeah. Just for sake of if I get it right, I'm going to get 3 points. I'm still going to lock in Falcao.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just typing.
Sure.
Falcao.
Sure.
So, you guessed Falcao on clue 1.
Yep.
Falcao on clue 2.
Yep.
And
Falcao
clue
on
10. Falcao?
Yes.
The correct answer, Luke, is... Falcao.
Yes,
I
come
told you it was going to be
on.
one of two ways. You're either going to
Yeah,
smash
right.
it or get nothing. Honestly, I thought the Nottingham Forest clue and the outdoor clue would throw you off. But I put too much emphasis on it.
Do you know who my initial, you know how I was going to go for someone and then I changed?
Yeah.
My initial thought was
Iron Robin.
Iron Robin.
I knew you would too.
But I didn't know how old he was, so I wasn't sure. And I knew Falcao was over 40. Because I think Robin's like 39 or 38 or something. Yeah, that was the one that I got it on.
I thought, I knew how you would think, and I was like, I guarantee he'll go for Iron Robin if I put in a few outdoor clues first.
Yeah.
And they're like, Iron Alessandro, that's not far. Like,
Yeah. Apart from if you said Alessandro, I was going to be like, because Iron Robin's from the Netherlands and Alessandro isn't really a Dutch name.
Dutch people can go anywhere.
Sure. All right. Well,
shock.
hey, I'm going to take those 3 points, which ends up making it 12-9 for me.
So just to clarify, at the start of the quiz, you were like, oh, it's too cryptic, and then you got it on the first clue.
No. At the start of the quiz, I was just saying that I think the clues have to lead to one direct answer.
I think.
Which they did, because all those clues could not be any other player in the world.
Well, could it be Iron Robin?
No.
We were just talking about it.
No, but what I'm saying is, all those clues lined up could not be anything else in the world. Whereas last week, all 10 of those clues lined up could have been multiple things.
Anyway, just to let you know that I need a win, because I'm now 3 points behind,
I know.
and that's always dangerous for me.
Yeah.
So the next quiz answer, I've already got one in my head.
Yeah,
I've
cool.
actually written it
Yeah,
down
right.
already.
I like
so
it.
it's already written out, and I
Sweet.
know you won't get it.
Hey,
so.
and then the following week, episode 10.
Ooh. And we'll do that as 1 point, though.
Nah.
No?
I should get the same as you. 3.
Do you not want it to be like a one-off, is what I meant?
No.
1-0 to you or 1-0 to me, not part of the normal quiz scores.
No, I reckon we do it
Yeah?
every 10 episodes. So episode
Alright.
10, 20, 30, 40, all up to 100 million. Alright?
100 million,
Yeah.
Nathan.
That's how many episodes we're going to have. So you
million.
got a lot to look forward to. Alright? Every 10 episodes, tables get turned, I become quizmaster.
I don't mind that.
I like it.
I don't mind
Something, spice it up.
Just saying.
Spice it up a little bit.
I can guarantee that you won't be getting the next quiz answer.
Sure, I like it.
Because I was like, what could... No, don't worry. I'm not going to...
Yeah. Don't give it away. Alright,
We're good.
let's wrap it up. We've been chatting for just over an hour now.
Okay,
Well
so
over an hour.
it's the podcast where we had the least prepared for, because there hasn't been that much to talk
There's
about
been no futsal.
in terms of futsal, and we've talked the longest.
I like
How
it.
have we managed that?
Because we've rambled.
We have rambled.
And we
indeed.
went on tangents,
We
and it's
did.
just been an absolute sidetrack. This episode should be called How's Your Sidetrack?
How's your sidetrack?
Alright, we'll wrap it up. As always, everyone, thank you very much for listening,
Listen,
tuning in.
I want to hear the top 5 things. We've already spoken about it. I want to know what the top 5 things
100%.
that you guys want to do
Get
when
it
you're
in.
bored at home.
Sure.
And anything else?
No.
Look, stay tuned for the videos.
Yeah, they'll be coming out very, very soon.
Yeah,
We're going to go
and-
film one right now, actually.
We are, and we're going to ask you guys to send in your videos too, but we'll let you guys watch the videos before we get into those.
Yep. Yeah, share it around. It's on Spotify
Pass
now.
the pod.
It's on Spotify now, so you guys can share it directly from the app. Actually, really quick, I have to shout out Ali Shah from
Morbach.
Morbach. He shared it last week on his
My
Instagram
boy.
story. It only cost him a shout out. So thanks, mate. You're awesome.
Not bad.
So yeah, thank you very much for listening, guys. Tuning in, listening to us ramble for far too long every single week.
My bro.
Well done. All right. Thank you guys for listening. And as
remember-
always, how's your touch?
Don't forget your hand sanitizer.
Yeah, wash your hands, people.